Meanwhile, Devin Booker had his worst shooting performance of the postseason in Game 3. He gave up 19 points. As we work our way over to Booker, as the closest defender in the first 2 games, he allowed just 18 combined. So clearly, they will need more from Devin Booker tonight than they got from him in Game 3. And Chris Paul continues to have a great series, hitting 60% on mid-range and more makes than the Bucks combined. He talked about his team's reaction to their loss on Sunday.
I think it's more like, what's our team like? You know, this ain't golf. It's not tennis. You know what I mean? We all in this together. So everybody on our team took the loss hard, as we should. You know, we never go into a game expecting to lose. You know, if you show me somebody who expects to lose, I'll show you a loser. And so everybody on our team felt a way. We felt like we could be better, and that's why we used yesterday, we'll use today to prepare, and we'll all come out ready to play tomorrow.
So tomorrow is today, and Cassidy and Vince Carter getting up with us early this morning. And Cass, let's talk about Devin Booker and his mindset coming off what was a really tough night.
Yeah, look, he's saying he needs to have a short memory, but he and CP3, they gathered in Chris's hotel room and watched film to try to figure out what they can do better. DeAndre Ayton said, you know, Booker's demeanor has been pretty scary, and it usually is after he has off nights. But I do want to point something out. Last series against the Clippers, when Devin Booker had some off nights, we kind of blamed the mask. Is he comfortable or whatnot? Me and Hembo kind of gathered, and we looked at his efficiency since he broke his nose. He hasn't had a game where he shot over 50% since he broke his nose. So whether or not that's affecting him, I do want to give credit to the Bucks. They are getting into him. Specifically, P.J. Tucker. Another interesting note is P.J. was on the Suns when Devin Booker was drafted, and they had some pretty epic practice battles. And actually, Devin yesterday said he credits P.J. Tucker for developing his game. So, you know, P.J. has shown throughout these playoffs that he is an irritant. We saw it against KD, and he may have some special insight into what frustrates Devin Booker. So that can't be understated.
Vince, I see you shaking your head along the way. What do you think about Booker and what he needs to do tonight?
Well, Cassidy is right. I mean, what has happened? Well, first of all, I'm telling Devin Booker, just like kind of like what Chris Paul is saying, be aggressive, be the superstar that you are. You know, when you're aggressive, you make plays, and if he's not making plays, he's shown this year he can make plays for other people, and he gets into the paint, and now those guys get open 3-point shots. But on the defensive end, what the Milwaukee Bucks has done is they stepped up their level of aggression. They're starting to bump Chris Paul a little bit. They're starting to bump Booker a little bit. They've now gone to the formula they used against the Brooklyn Nets. And you're now, when you take a lot of hits like that while trying to running and being the focal point of that offense, it tends to get into your legs a little bit.
Yeah, and the free throws also a factor in that also. The physicality steps up, and a big deal was made of the fact that Giannis shot more free throws than the entire Suns team did. But is Booker the most important player, Vince Carter? If the Suns are going to win this series, is Devin Booker going to have to be the one who carries them over the finish line?
If the Suns want to win, yes, I think they're going to need him to be the star that he is. I mean, Chris Paul is playing lights out, and he's going to be consistent. But for the Suns to win, they need Devin Booker to be special. But I think the most important person, in my opinion, guys, is Giannis, because we saw the game change when his attack changed. When he got into the paint, when he put DeAndre Ayton in foul trouble, they had to go elsewhere to guard him. They weren't going to put Frank Kaminsky on him. So, yeah, they say, Jay Crowder, you're a great defender. You try. Wait, Cam Johnson, you try. Wait, Torrey Craig, you try. To no avail. He still put back-to-back 40 points. Yes, they didn't win game 2, but they started to figure out the formula. Giannis, go downhill. You know, he took 2 3-point shots in game 3. He was 1 for 5, I think, in game 2, with 35 free throw attempts in the 2 games. That's the formula. And if he plays that way, it's going to be tough to stop.
What are you watching from Giannis tonight?
Well, I'm watching if he can continue to dominate. I mean, after game 3, someone posed to him, you know, do you think you can match Michael Jordan for most back-to-back, 40-point games since Jordan has 4? And he says, I'm not Jordan. But if he can dominate inside the way he has been, he's arguably the most unstoppable player in the NBA. And so when you ask who's the most important player for the Suns, to me it's DeAndre Ayton, making sure he stays on the floor. And what the Bucks are going to be focused on doing is exposing their depth at the center position.
All right, going to be a really interesting night. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.